If you've ever dreamt of giving up your day job to move to the beach, well, you're not alone. And that's exactly what the owners of Little Ram Oysters did. They gave up their desk jobs in Manhattan and bought an oyster farm that's now owned and operated entirely by women. So today they're gonna show me how to shuck some oysters and how oysters get from the water to our plates.
I'm Stephanie Bassett.
And I'm Elizabeth Peoples.
And we own Little Ram Oyster Company.
We are an all-female team, owned and operated.
And we are off. And we're heading east to the east side of Shelter Island to Gardner's Bay. And that's where our farm is.
It's so beautiful.
My background is as an interior designer, and Steph was in advertising. And all of a sudden, we were just kind of trying to decide what was next. We got a Groupon, and one evening we were taking a shucking class. We already knew we loved oysters, and we just learned so much. How to shuck them, how to taste them, all the taste profiles, how great they are for the environment.
And then 6 months later, we actually bought a house, we had a kid, and we bought an oyster farm, and here we are.
So right now we are in the middle of their 10-acre oyster farm, and they harvest about 1.5 million oysters a year.
We touch every oyster every 6 weeks. We picked up some cages that needed to be worked on, and we emptied them into the tumbler. It roughs them up, so it knocks all that new shell off. And what that does is it forces the oyster to tighten its muscle, which strengthens the shell, which gives it a deeper cut. And then by doing that every 6 weeks, you get a more consistent shape.
You have to do that every 6 weeks with every single one of those 1.5 million oysters.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it takes about 12 to 18 months for our oysters to go to market. Wow. So we love them all very much.
So this is a good example of like the deep cut that Steph was talking about.
You want it
You
deep.
want this because this is a meteor oyster.
So right now we're putting them back in the water so they can keep thriving and eating and growing, and they're clean and they're good to go. And we'll touch them in 6 weeks. One thing that is impacting us majorly right now are the gas prices, because we usually go out to the farm twice a day, so that's 4 trips. So that is hitting us. We knew it was gonna be a challenge. We knew it was part of farming, but just the weather and the tides and the water movement, that drives our every single day of work.
Always at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Yeah, Mother Nature is huge, and she reminds us about that every single day.
And it's a good reminder.
I knew that they were delicious, and I loved eating oysters, but I had no idea they were good for the environment.
They are filter feeders. They filter 50 gallons of water a day. They sequester carbon and nitrogen from the water column. And so they are actively working to clean the water and improve the environment.
So the more oysters you have in the water, whether you like them or not, it's doing good for everybody.
Yeah.
And then the next chapter of Little Ram, which is our new home operation here at the Shoals. What we can now offer is this kind of experiential aspect.
It's a really great collaboration. A lot of the hotel guests come over and, experience, private tours.
We offer shucking classes. We do a shuck truck for happy hour. It's been a great kind of next chapter for us.
We typically shuck through the side, like here, or the back. We just feel it's a cleaner way of getting in. So you gotta cut through that top muscle, release it underneath too, and that creates that loose oyster. When you eat an oyster, you should always be looking out for a lot of juice. It's an oyster liquor. You don't ever want them to be dry. You definitely don't want them to smell. They should have almost no smell to them. You're looking for a meat that covers the entire shell. You want that shuck clean. You're spending a lot of money on it, and the farmers are spending a lot of time on it.
The other thing that's important to us is to connect with the community.
It's how we've grown our business, by everybody who has supported us along the way, and the other New York oyster farmers who have kind of taken our hand and pulled us along and taught us the techniques. What used to be all men. It's pretty cool being able to put 5 women on the water and growing that and seeing how the community and visitors are reacting to it. And it's fun to see how it's all working out. Just a little lemon, just a couple drops.
I like a little pepper.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers! Thank you so much.
What a fun day.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. It tastes like vacation.